BYD seems to be going from strength to strength, despite my previous concerns. Let's have a look at their latest figures. Previously, I had concerns that BYD was expanding too quickly, and it's recently launched the Dolphin, the Seal, and the Atto 3 in Hungary, and it's also going to be building a battery plant there. A few weeks ago, it launched the Dolphin and the Seal in Finland, and before that, the Seal in Macau, Singapore, and Chile. Now, in September, they actually did sell over 28,000 NEVs, new energy vehicles, in the overseas markets, which is up 12.05% from August. And now they also sold over 71,000 NEVs overseas for the Q3, which is almost double Q2. So maybe they're on the right track after all. You've got to remember that's new energy vehicles, which includes plug-in hybrids and battery electric vehicles. So let's take a look at their Q3 figures. They're looking pretty healthy. They posted a record net profit of 10.41 billion RMB, which is about 2.24 billion Australian or 1.425 billion US dollars. Now that's an increase of 52.59% over Q2 and 82.16 year on year. Now, BYD reported a record revenue for Q3 of 162.15 billion RMB, which is almost 35 billion Australian or just over 22 billion US. And that's up 38.49% year on year and 39.76 from just the second quarter. Their gross margin in the third quarter was 22.12%, which is an increase from 18.72% from Q2 and 18.96% from the same period last year. Now, this is on sales of 824,001 new energy vehicles in Q3, which is well up quarter on quarter and year on year. The total sales for this year so far is 2,079,638 new energy vehicles, meaning they're still aiming for 3 million vehicles this year. That does mean selling over 300,000 each month for quarter four. Now, as I said before, remember, these figures are made up of plug-in hybrids and battery electric vehicles. But the percentage of battery electric vehicles has increased slightly. The total battery electric vehicle sales Q3 is 431,603 and plug-in hybrids 390,491. So that means 52.5% of the total BYD sales were battery electric vehicles. Remember, they no longer manufacture fully ICE vehicles. And these figures for each month are also steadily increasing. Looking at these charts, it's looking quite healthy. So all up, BYD is getting stronger and stronger. Their total sales are higher than Tesla, but if you count just the battery electric vehicle market, they're still behind, but they're catching up. Their overseas sales should also increase nicely this quarter, especially with the Australian market expanding. We've got deliveries of the Dolphin have already started, and Seal orders seem to be going pretty good. As I said, the overseas sales figures are going to increase quite nicely. Now, BYD also announced in the last few days that its brand new Song L fastback SUV will have an expected starting price of 250,000 yuan, which is just over 34,000 US or 54,000 Australian. And it's built on their E Platform 3 with the cell to body battery pack technology. It's 4,840 millimeters long, 1,950 millimeters wide, and 1,560 millimeters high, and its wheelbase is 2,930 millimeters. And these figures very closely resemble the Tesla Model Y dimensions. It's going to come with a rear single motor with a couple of power varieties, 150 kilowatts, 230 kilowatts. The dual motor variant will have a total output of 380 kilowatts. So that's the two motors, one on the front, one on the back. And reportedly, this is going to give it a 0 to 100 kilometre an hour or 0 to 62 miles per hour time, 4.3 seconds. Pretty impressive. Two blade battery packs, which will be LFP batteries, with 71.9 kilowatt hours and 87.04 kilowatt hour capacity. And the range is expected to be from 550 to 662 kilometers. Now, that's the CLTC figures. So real world will be a lot less, but as a guesstimate, it will range from 400 to 520 kilometers, which is pretty reasonable. Pre-orders in China have already started when I'm making this video. Now, no news on whether it's going to come to Australia yet, but you know what? It looks pretty impressive. So overall, there's a lot happening with the Chinese market, and all we need to do is to get some of these models overseas and Australia, pretty please. There we have it, BYD Q3 figures. Very, very impressive. So I think my fears from a while ago, you actually remember those graphs, it was going down a little bit, but it's going back up again quite nicely. So I think BYD are probably safe, despite some 50 odd other Chinese EV manufacturers going to the wall this year. So thanks very much for watching. I think that was quite interesting to see what BYD are doing. Now, if you could do me a big favour, pretty please, and that's click that like and subscribe button below. Doesn't cost you anything. However, if you would like to donate, if you go to Ko-fi, and the link is in the description below, you can make a donation to help support the channel. And you can make that a one-off or a regular donation. So thank you very much for considering that. And I'll see you all very soon.